Hello, my quilting friends. My name is Leah Day, and welcome back to the Friendship Quilt Along. So this month we have a super simple block. This is a Scrappy pinwheel, and as you can see, it is pieced very simply with some half square triangles and leaves a nice bit of background space open. So we're going to have a lot of fun quilting it together. But of course, the first step is to begin by piecing. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to piece this block step by step. So let's jump on the machine and tackle our Scrappy pinwheel block together. So here's how we're going to get started with this block. We're going to piece these super half square triangles, and you do that with 2 half square triangles, 1 square of fabric A Scrappy and 1 square of fabric B Scrappy. So you're just going to piece that together in sets of 2 and then piece those 2 sets together, and this is what it's going to look like. So very simple, super-sized half square triangle. Now, the next step is to add a row of smaller half square triangles. And the key here, the thing you really need to pay attention to, is just the direction that they're pointing in, because obviously if you flip them around the other way, then they wouldn't be right. So double and triple check that the half square triangles are going in the right direction. And here's how you're going to piece this on. You're going to set up your super half square triangle just like this, and stack up your little row of mini half square triangles. Place that right sides together. Let's take this to the machine and stitch this together. So here at my machine, I have a normal straight stitch with the needle in the center position, and I've lowered my stitch length to 1.5 millimeters to create a nice, tight, secure stitch. And I'm just lining up those edges so they're nicely stacked together, and both the right edge and the top edge are perfectly aligned. Now I'm going to make sure my needle is in the down position, and I'm going to slide, I lift up the presser foot and slide those pieces right up against the needle. It's like putting it in jail. And so the very next stitch that I take is onto the fabrics, and as you hit the seam allowance, that's not going to slip down because you pushed it right up against the needle. Okay, so I'm going to slide down here to the end and just make sure that that's lining up properly. And I'm just going to press with some nice fingertip pressure just to make sure that that's going to stay together. So this is going to go together really fast. And I do want to make sure that that seam roughly matches too, so I'm just going to stack that together and put a little fingertip pressure right there too. You could place pens, that's certainly open to you, but this is just a little bit faster, and that's the reason why I like it. There we go. Double check that that's still lining up nicely, and stitch all the way to the end. So I'm just going to finger press that seam allowance open and completely flat, and then hit it with a hot, dry iron. So this iron has no water in it, no steam. That's what it means when I say it's dry, and then I have it set to the cotton setting, so it's pretty hot. There we go. That looks great. Okay, one last step to finish this off, and that is to grab a strip of background fabric. You're going to place that on that edge and stitch one last seam. And that is going to form 1/4 of your block. So let's get all of these done, and I'll meet you back here when we're ready to take these quarters, put them together into the block, and finish it off. So here are the 4 quarters of this block all pieced together, and the next step is to piece this together in sets of 2 and then piece those 2 units together to create the center block. Then you're going to add some borders, and here's what it looks like whenever you finish this. Really fun, really simple, and we're going to have so much fun quilting it together. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed learning how to piece this Scrappy pinwheel block with me, and you're ready to give it a try. This block has lots of beautiful places for us to play with some fun free motion quilting, maybe some ruler work. I haven't really decided yet. So we're going to have a ton of fun quilting it together too. Now, if you're just getting started on the Friendship Quilt Along, please know that you can work at your own pace, and all of my tutorials and videos are going to stay online forever. So please don't feel like you have to be in a rush to get it finished. This is definitely a big project, particularly if you decide to go with the queen or king size version. So this is going to be one of those things that you kind of just have to take your time on, get caught up, And this particular month will be a great month to catch up if you've fallen a little bit behind, because this block is super, super simple to piece. It's a lot faster than the others. So use this month to play catch up, and then you'll be back on track for the whole rest of the Friendship Sampler Quilt Along. So come and pick up your quilt patterns and find all of the quilting tutorials I've shared so far at leahday.com/friendship. Until next time, let's go quilt.